Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zhong, the owner of a Dragon House. Right next to me, I have Edy Antoino. It's officially signed today. We'll be competing on our upcoming event at the heart of San Francisco, Keys Art Pavilion. Zhong Low Cage Fighting Series number 3 is going down March 26th. Now, Edy, let's introduce you to all the MMA fight fans out there. Who is Edy Antoino? Where are you coming from?
My name is Edy Antoino. I'm coming from Salinas, California, fighting out of TTF.
TTS is
Team Take Flight.
Team Take Fight.
Yeah, I've been with him since day one.
And the coach is Berto.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, he is one of the OG coach in Northern California. Actually, you guys have a very classic story about Edy. You have 4 brothers.
Yeah.
And they all compete.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's kind of funny story. At the first, when I talked to you, I always thought it was your older brother, the guy who fought on my show like 2019. So I'm like, hey, you want to make a comeback? So you kind of engage your conversation. The whole time I thought I was talking to your older brother. Until that one day I'm like, hey, you want to fight the same guy? He's like, oh, that's my brother. Fought him. I'm like, oh, shoot. That was a different guy. But it's kind of cool to have 4 brothers. Now, all your brothers, pretty much the same weight class, isn't it?
Somewhat. I'm usually the heavier one with the bigger weight cut. So my older brother, he's fought at 155, 145. That's like his natural walk around weight.
Now, you turned pro at 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
And you take a few years off.
Yeah.
What went through the whole few years? What's going through that?
So that few years after I graduated, I wanted to come back and make a fight. So that was around 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And I started off my career as a respiratory therapist. Had a family. I have a son now.
Congratulations.
And, with this new position that I have as a supervisor in the hospital that I work at, it'll allow me to train more, and then be able to fight more.
Now, during this whole pandemic, this COVID, your work as a respiratory therapist. So you're pretty much dealing with a lot of COVID patients?
Yeah, mechanical ventilation. So I go anywhere from ER, ICU, general care, step down ICU, any of that.
Now, since you're working in this field, this interview kind of look off track. What do you think of this whole pandemic thing? What do you think about it?
To me, it's a virus, you know. And at first we didn't know anything about it, but studies show that a lot of people did die. Right, started off in Italy, right? Started off in Italy, made its way to China, and then to us.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy shit.
Yeah, I feel like social media also blew it up a lot. So
I personally know a lot of people actually catch it, especially the last couple months.
I got it beginning of February.
Yeah, because the new strain, the Omicron, right?
Yeah, so it wasn't as bad. I didn't lose no taste. I didn't lose no smell. I just had a
couple weeks.
Yeah, just body aches. That's it.
That's
no
good.
Fever.
Well, I hope people don't get too panicked about this, because some people some of my family members, they haven't had the kids going out of the door for like the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a pretty crazy one. You can't live like that forever. You gotta live your life. Just be a little careful, protect yourself. I recommend people do vaccine. That's my opinion, but I'm hoping more people do that. And then if you do somehow get caught, chance to survive is much higher. The symptoms are a lot more minor. So I recommend people do your vaccine. Plus, if you want to fight, hey, you don't have to do all these crazy tests, the day before weighing and all that. A lot less hassle.
Yeah.
So hopefully people more vaccinated. But anyhow, now, so the last few years, what happened? You're taking a long break. What made you want to get back into the fight game?
Oh man, just dreams, man, dreams. Like I'm young, I'm hungry, and I was born to fight. That's what it is.
You made your MMA debut as an amateur. What year was that?
Oh man, 2014, 2015.
So you've been doing this almost a decade, 8 years.
About like on and off, because I was
on and
in
off.
school.
Yeah.
So I was fighting while I was doing my prerequisites.
And it's crazy because you're only, you're about 5'6", somewhere around that, right?
Yeah, 5'5".
5'5", and you fight 155, and you fight some 170 when you were in your amateur, right?
Yeah, at one time, I fought like 165, 155. a few on 145. My last pro fight, I fought at 145.
I see.
Yeah, so
Now this upcoming fight is kind of Jihad Muhammad is your opponent making his professional debut. He also hasn't fought for a minute during this COVID. It's just everybody's kind of delayed, you know. So making his debut, and the last amateur fight, he was fighting 145 pounds, but just during the COVID, got a little bit bigger, ate a little bit too much, so he decided to do 155-pound fight for the first time. I think next one he's gonna move down to 145. Now, when you're watching him fight, what's your thought of your opponent?
yeah, he has a good gas tank. He does some fancy stuff. He does some spinning stuff.
Yes.
I think what's gonna get me is that gas tank, man. That's one of the problems that I have. And everybody knows if you see me in my fights, it's my gas tank. So ain't no hiding it, you know.
How do you prepare for your gas tank? This fight, you have a long fight camp.
Oh man, I've been running.
You've been running.
Running a lot. It's gonna help with the gas tank as well as with the weight, because like I said,
Yes, yes.
I'm built heavy.
What do you walk around weight?
Me, I walk around 175.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, this fight 155 probably makes sense. You know, you don't have to really kill yourself to cut the legs off to make it 145. That's much, too much. 155 is doable. Do you see yourself in the future continuously fighting at 155, or you see yourself want to go down to 145?
Lower than that. My goal is to fight 155 this fight, and if the weight is good and I maintain it, then hopefully in your next show,
May 28.
We'll go down to 145, and if I maintain like around 150,
go down to even 135.
August, man, 135.
Oh shoot,
that's a plan, man.
That would be great. What's the lowest weight you ever made? Like
142.
142.
Yeah, 143. My last pro fight, I went in at 143 instead of 146. So.
Well, let's see how this is gonna play out. A little bit about your gym, Team Tick Fight in Salinas. They've been around the block for a long time. Who's your main training partners beside your coaches, Berto? Your brother, huh?
My main training brother, yeah, mostly my brother. So my younger brother Christian, he's a top-notch wrestler. So he's the one that I always gotta worry about defending the takedown. My older brother Steve, and my second youngest brother Steve, man, that guy's quick with his hands. And then my older brother John, that guy's just a technical guru, man. On the ground, striking, he'll pick you apart.
That's pretty awesome.
You guys, and then Berto, my coach, as well as my main coach that I do a lot of training with is Alfred Noza. So he's been a big part.
I've been trying to get your younger brother to fight on my card, this upcoming card, to do the 135-pound title, but I think he booked something else. So maybe on the next card, he's 4-0, is undefeated, 135.
Yeah, so in 2 weeks from now, he's gonna fight for the title at the Valley Fight Series at 170s.
What, 170?
170, yeah.
Oh shoot, he's fighting 170.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
That's a big boy, huh? Wow, that's pretty awesome. I can't wait. I mean, you definitely have a legendary story. All four brothers all doing MMA. That's like a really classic story. Definitely people have to capitalize that. I think in Salinas town, anyone who into martial art there has to know all your four brothers. And you all look a lot like it too, similar, same face and everything. Every time I run into one of you, I'm like, this has got to be one of the brothers. I don't know, is it the older one or the youngest one? Kind of hard to say.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. So now, you've been fighting for all this years. You have 10 amateur fights?
I have 9.
9 amateur fights. So it's like
6 and 3.
6 and 3. That's a lot of amateur fight. And then even though your pro debut doesn't go your way, have a little hiccup, it's 0-1. What do you see yourself from here on? Like, do you have anybody that in the pro league that you wants to fight?
Nah, I just want to fight. That's it. I want to get in there, throw it down, and let's see who step back first.
What's your most of your win in the amateur? What do you win on, like standing up or ground and pound?
TKOs. Yeah.
TKO.
Yeah.
I know you throw bombs with those overhands. You know, this comes like a little smaller version of a Michael Chandler, just bombs. You know, that's really intriguing for all the MMA fight fans out there. You guys must be watching Eddie's fight. It's a very, very exciting fight as long as your gas tank can keep it going the way you go. Because you coming out.
I'll give you 2 good rounds, man. That's 10 minutes of straight fighting. That's it. Catch me on the third. I don't know.
Well, this fight you might have to pace yourself a little bit. Just because you haven't fought for like 3.5 years. In general, a lot of fighters actually put on the shelf for a couple years. This will be interesting to watching you fight. Now, if people want to get a hold of you to buy a ticket, come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
Yeah, you can get me on Instagram, EddyBoy 135.
EddyBoy 135.
I might have to switch that every time I cut down weight. But Edy Antonio, you can reach out to Zhong.
Yep.
Get my contacts. Any promoters that want to promote me, any sponsors, any organization that want to book me. I'm always down. Just let me know 3 months in advance. Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. Wow, this will be good. Good to buy you back into the fight game. Good to bring you back to the scene. I'm looking forward to it. We have a lot of guys at 45, 55. After this fight, let's see how things play out. It's a fight, So you can't. MMA is hard to predict. Who has more favoritism, this and that. Like, it's a fight. With a guy like Eddie, I watching you fight, I think live, like a few years back, one of those My McNew shows down out there. I watching you throw bombs, man. You just fucking knock some dudes out, and it's crazy. Like, you shorter, but you comes in just with that nice overhand. That's like your signature right there. A very exciting fighter. Making sure you guys don't tune in, and I'm excited to have him fighting on the Zhong Cage Fighting Series number 3, making a little history right there. This event is pay-per-view. Nationwide, so if you can't make it to the event, making sure you guys order the pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com and check out the lineup. Who's going to be fighting on the card? It's going to be 10 professional and 10 amateur. Fight start at 4 p.m. on March 26th. Pro card kicks off at 6:30 p.m. So now, if your opponent Jihad Muhammad watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Hey man, I'll meet you in the center, man. Let's see who backs up.
So now, when you're watching him fight, what do you see yourself can capitalize it the way he fights, so you can capitalize it and get a W?
No.
No preference?
No preference. I only watch one fight. That's pretty much it. And I'll just go in there and adjust, just how I always do.
So you're gonna see him in the center of the cage, see who backs up.
See who backs up.
What do you think this fight's gonna go down?
If it makes it to the third, man, it's all him. but first or second, it's up in the air because we're both coming back from a pretty good layoff.
It's gonna be a dog fight.
So we'll see how it goes.
Do you think you're gonna knock him out?
We'll see. I might want to take him down. We'll see.
Well, wrestling is also not his expertise. He's more like a stand-up guy. Stylistically, it's a very well matchup on this upcoming fight. At least you're not against like some college or high school wrestler. Jihad don't have much of a grappling department. Decent grappling as a blue belt. Not much of a wrestling, definitely. That's what he's really kind of short. Most of these amateur fight losing by guys taking him down and holding him down. Nobody want to stand with him, and he's a stand-up guy. So this fight is definitely stylistically will be a really good intrigue for the MMA fight fans out there. And your guys physically very similar. He's only about 1 inch or 2 taller. At least you're not fighting guys like a Hugo Lujan or somebody like 6 feet.
I did fight that guy, man.
Yeah, that's the fight. I watched that fight. Yeah. I was there that fight. I watching that fight, and then I watching another fight. You knocking somebody out. I don't know who the hell the guy you fought. I'm like, damn, this guy got some nice right hand to the left hand. I forgot what it was, but that was a very exciting fight. Now, any loved one, training partner you want to shout out to for this upcoming fight?
Shout out to my partner, Jonah Rowland. She's always gonna be there for me. My son. It's gonna be.
That's your motivation.
My little motivation, yeah.
Yeah. How old is your son?
A year and 4 months.
A year and 4 months.
Asher.
Wow, that's awesome.
He's gonna be a wrestler and a fighter.
you already getting ready for the blast double.
yeah. And especially my training partners. Good luck to them in a couple of weeks. We got 3 guys fighting for titles at Valley Fight Series. My coaches, thank you for all you guys. And like I said, anybody who wanna support this guy here,
get a ticket directly from Edy Antonio. Hit him up on Instagram. Hopefully I can draw some of the fight fans out here from the Salinas on March 26th. Any last thing you want to say to anyone?
Jihad, I'll see you there, brother.
All right, sounds good. I am Zhong signing out. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Give me a little bit of love and support. Follow me on Instagram, dragon_house_MMA. And here we go. We have Edy Antonio. Good to have you on board, brother. We'll see you guys March 26th.